Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Hades 2, and last time, we, for the first time, got all the way to the rival Typhon fight, and that was extremely challenging. We did not win, however, by at least getting there, we learned a lot, but more importantly, we also completed an extremely rewarding prophecy, which gave us a bazillion nightmare. You see, we have 27 nightmare, which is kind of just insane. It probably isn't enough to max out absolutely everything, but it feels like that's not that far away. And one thing that I would like for us to do, that we have yet to do, is finally use the aspect of Shiva, which does use 4 nightmare, which is a lot, but this is the hidden aspect for the black coat. It sounds very interesting. Like many of the other hidden aspects, it does alter your moveset. So you have Purifying Grace, which is an alternate moveset which makes your charge attacks hurtle forward, and specials fire bouncing shots. And when we have Purifying Grace, we absorb our charge special blasts to grow destructive, and the number of max destructive ranks depends on how much we've leveled up this aspect. With each rank, we get plus 50% damage to our charged attack, so it's some kind of alternating between charge special and charge attack to potentially do huge bursts of damage, which sounds like it could be really powerful, maybe a little tricky to execute, but let's give it a shot here.
Grant me the aspect of Shiva.
And that is a prophecy foretold, which, if it's anything like the other hidden aspect prophecies, means it probably wants us to go down into the underworld with this. Let's see. The Destroyer aspect. The Black Coat shall some evening find the lowest reaches of the underworld in a form it assumed in the hands of a mighty lord who could destroy the world. Reach the lowest depths with the aspect of Shiva, and it gives us some ambrosia. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of forgot about how that might have given us a prophecy just like that, like many other hidden aspects have, because if we look here, I think it says, yeah, for nightmare purposes, this weapon wants us to go up on the surface. So maybe we do that for nightmare, because the other thing is that we're still trying to get the resources necessary to unlock the hidden aspect of the axe, and that is the mining resource on the second floor of the surface that we still need one more of. So I'm thinking we maybe try out this aspect on the surface, fear it up so we can get some nightmare from it, and then take Rocky to increase the likelihood of us getting that crafting resource we need to then use the hidden aspect of the axe in the near future. Just see what it takes to upgrade this further, because it does seem like it could benefit quite dramatically from further upgrades, although maybe beforehand we see how has this changed. This is normal attack, which looks the same. Special, just base special, it does bounce around in a strange way. Here's charged attack. Okay. Charge special. Whoa, this already looks quite different. Is he saying that specifically because we started attacking this stuff, which we may not have ever done before? Let me just double check. What is the order in which we're supposed to do these things? So we absorb our charge special blast. Does that mean... Oh, hold on. It does seem like this is going to use a lot of magic because it is very charge-centric. If we go here, that's a charge special. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Maybe it was just because we did that on the edge of the arena and we couldn't really see what that was all about, but it's a little hard to tell what the deal is there. If you look at just above our Death Defiance icon, I saw that briefly say max. Let me try this. Okay, yeah, so that charges up. Oh, okay. Yes. We charge up our charged attack by standing inside the bouncing special. It takes some time because each bounce gives us a stack. It doesn't immediately reach the full number of stacks. But then you just saw that dealt 600 damage to Skelly when we used the charge attack once it was fully charged, and that was with no additional levels on the aspect. Now, I assume that means it's going to take longer for it to become fully charged, so we're going to need to hang around in that charge special, but I'm intrigued.
There's more to this aspect.
So let's try it out. As I was saying, we picked up a bunch of Nightmare recently
Such power hides
So I think
within.
this is a good time for us to get aggressive spending some of that. And maybe this is overkill, because that costs 3 Nightmare to do it, that last rank, but now I'm intrigued. Yeah, that only goes up to 3 charges. Okay, 6 is the max, so that's basically 2 specials. You stand in for all the bounces, and there is a visual effect, as you can start to see as well.
Got all your magic back.
And it seems like that persists. There's no time limit on when you use it, so then you can walk around and do 1,200 damage. So it reminds me a bit of, actually, the hidden aspect on the Blaze, which is the bonus weapon, but I think we're going to pass on that for the sake of experimentation here. But it's kind of like the aspect of Morgan on the Blades, because it takes a while to set up the combo, but then once you do, it gives you a huge burst of damage, the likes of which you would usually only be able to get from highly upgraded Hex, or maybe some really highly upgraded boons. And you theoretically have access to it right from the onset, so that is interesting, but it does seem like it's going to be very magic dependent, so I'm thinking it could even be worth taking. I mean, 75 magic to start off with is a ton. So what if we go with this? And then there are also some Arcana cards you can use. I'm thinking of the Unseen in particular to restore magic, which could be quite useful as well, although it's very expensive. So we'd have to get rid of something quite good to make room for that, like Excellence or the Boatman, Money, or Rarity for Legendary and Rare Plus blessings. So are we willing to do that, or is the 75 magic alone enough? Maybe that's enough, and then we'll see if we can get a good magic restoration boon. Because, yeah, being at 165 magic right off the bat, hopefully that's good enough. And then, here.
What would Night have me do?
We need 10 fear. Are we willing to go... Ooh, that's not enough. So we would need to beat Eris. So technically, as we saw in the previous run, we beat the boss we needed to get the Nightmare reward, even if we didn't make it all the way to the end. So we could do this, beat Eris, and it technically doesn't even matter if we have rival Prometheus, or rival Typhon for that matter. That stuff is all later on, so if all we care about is getting the bonus Nightmare, then that actually is kind of a nifty little trick there. But I think maybe we go here, and then is there something else we can pick up in the other places to just give us 2 extra fear? Like, we give the enemies 20% more life. We have a lot of damage potential, so maybe that's okay. Obviously, against rival bosses in particular, the first 3 of them, that would be tricky, but no rival Typhon, which we now know is going to be very challenging, so maybe we pass on that for now. So it's still ambitious, don't get me wrong, because this is a totally new aspect to us, and we are still going pretty heavy on the fear, but maybe we can still pull this off. The other thing, actually, before we head out, is that we got an update on how to free the Fates. That actually might have been the most important thing from the previous run, in a way. We now know
List of minor prophecies.
that there are specific steps to free the Fates, and apparently we've met 2 of them. We need to meet a bunch of other people, and I think in many cases these are people who we've already seen before. We just need to probably run into them on a run. He who is our emissary, I feel like that's Moros. I don't know who else would be the Fates emissary, and we don't see Moros out on runs very often. He who cast us out, that has to be Kronos, who we now run into fairly often, as long as we make it to the last floor. Then she who trained you has to be Hecate, right? He who rebels against the gods. That I'm not so sure about. I feel like it could be Heracles. Not certain, though. And then we shall attempt to reach you thus again. So I assume that happens after you've done all those other things. So it seems like kind of as we suspected. If you just go out and make good progress on runs, likely in both directions, then eventually you'll meet all the criteria to free the Fates. So it may not require that much of a targeted effort, but let's go up.
Task continues.
We took Rocky, so hopefully we can get the rocks on the 2nd floor. That's another side objective.
Cold up here.
Oh, and an early hammer. This could be very interesting. Okay, so some of these may be specific to this aspect. I think this one might be. It's whichever ones have the unusual art next to them. And for whatever reason, I'm forgetting what the art usually looks like for the normal black coat aspects. I feel like this is the one that's different. After charging up your charge attack, yeah, definitely, because that's destructive. Become destructive by up to 3 ranks. Oh, so it becomes easier to charge it up. That seems huge.
The power of
Okay, so we do this. Then we hang out here for a little bit. There's chaos in the first area as well. That's huge. Okay, so then I'm going to do this. I don't know if we have to fully charge it up. Oh, we can hit multiple enemies. Okay, that's pretty sweet as well. Now this. Ooh, a few golden urns. Okay, so then I think it's okay to pass on Zeus. I'm not really sure who we would want with this aspect. I mean, I feel like Zeus could make sense because it seems like this is going to be one of the slow, hard-hitting setups, and Zeus does generally go well with that, but Chaos gives us a lot of potential here. Magic Restoration, potentially one of the key things we'd be looking for. So if we can make that happen, that might be a high priority. That gave us Earth Boon. Is that just a dash attack? Is that different than the usual dash attack with this weapon? Honestly, I don't remember because I so rarely use dash attacks. Okay. How much nectar do we have? Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to be a little conservative with that nectar then. Don't think we're gifting it here.
We will continue our journeys toward the midst of the being you call Typhon is no more. For there are battles to be fought as yet, whilst following the footsteps that you made. Is this what Kronos has discovered about time?
Sort of. Okay. Next 4 encounters, we take damage when we use our cast. Afterward, we get cast damage. It's attack and special are the key things, so that's not as big of a deal. We lose magic when we dash. Afterward, we gain a huge boost to our gold. Early on, that could be really helpful. Next 4 encounters, we have a lot less max life. Afterward, we have a higher chance to find... Oh, it's not the chance of the gathering resources appearing. It's the amount that you get when they show up. I remember because we took this once before on a surface run, hoping it would be the difference toward getting the amount of resources we needed for the hidden axe aspect, and it didn't do the trick for us. So all we need is one of those rocks on the 2nd floor. It doesn't need to give us bonus resources. All it needs to be is that one set of rocks. So this actually doesn't help us in that way. It does help us progress the prophecy for Chaos, but I don't know that that's going to be our priority here, because we're already trying out a new weapon aspect. So I think we're trying to get as far as we can on this run, prioritizing that above everything else, and the extra gold is very intriguing. Losing magic when we dash is pretty bad. And by pretty bad, I mean really bad, especially with this aspect that uses a bunch of magic, but we took extra magic to start off with. And it's only 3 encounters. Okay, but we end up straight here in the city. Let's see what we have to work with here. No 3 Demeter? And a mini-boss. And Selene. Okay. Very interesting options here. Because there is one mini-boss we've yet to fight on the surface for prophecy completion. I think it is on this floor. I don't even remember which one we have faced. So there is definitely something to be said for going that route. And Hephaestus is another one of those slow but hard-hitting type of boon givers. So that is potentially quite useful with our setup here. So I'm thinking that plus triple Demeter just has so much potential for synergies. That'd be 4 things. Selene, technically we can charge up our Hex more easily with this Chaos Curse. So Selene would be number 5, and then 6 is either double life or double magic. Could be Hestia, could be Hera. I mean, it could depend on what we see with Selene. We could deliberately target one of those boon-giving gods or goddesses if we know that we can get some duo potential from that. Given how much magic this aspect is going to use, it does feel like the double magic could be helpful, but maybe, again, it's sort of a matter of our keepsake making up for that. So, I think it might be especially useful to go here first, to tell you the truth. I did have to dash. It is obviously a little challenging not to dash. That is generally the way that you avoid getting hit. Maybe we just do a little bit of this. Okay, there we go.
Acceptable.
And we have enough magic that, you know, if we dash a few times, it's definitely not the end of the world. Okay. Again, gonna hold off on the gifting.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
You bear the aspect I revealed to you before. I know little of this Shiva, save their reputation as destroyer of all things. Perhaps the Black Coat partly is responsible, though that is for you to discover now.
Yeah, so the way that we got this hidden aspect, we got the recipe, the incantation for it a while back, and it was, a little while back, it was from using the aspect of Selene Black Coat, so it's fitting that Selene is making this comment here. It just took us a while before we actually cashed it in. So let's see. Hex fires a beam that deals damage. This one combines with Apollo, who I don't believe we saw in town. Turns us impervious living nightmare. This one combines with Aphrodite, who we did not see, and then this one, the healing one, combines with Poseidon, who we also did not see. So duo is not really a factor here. Of all these, this is generally my favorite, possibly my favorite overall, regardless, you know, of which ones are here. So I definitely will go for that, I think. And then we do see a side area. Right, you know, maybe not. I know I just used a bunch of the magic. I wasn't sure if it was gonna reset when we got in here. Okay. Get a little bit of that. A little bit of extra life. That's actually pretty useful. Okay. That doesn't count as an encounter, does it? No, okay. For the purposes of Chaos Boon progression. Just still need 2 more rooms to get the bonus gold. And I feel like it probably makes sense to wait on the mini-boss until that Chaos Boon evolves, so then we don't have to be especially concerned about blowing through all of our magic. So I think we probably start the Demeter train. I am generally a big fan of Demeter, so to see 3 Demeter boons here is quite useful. And if we're trying to think about what best to get Demeter on, I'm thinking... So the special is sort of our setup, and the attack is our damage dealer. So I think we would want the special to be the thing that applies freeze, and we'd want the attack to be more pure damage, which Demeter is decent on that front, but there are definitely other gods and goddesses that have higher damage multipliers. So I think special is, at least at the beginning here, what we'd be looking for. Dash there. Oh, this is the room with the chain reaction. Potentially. It was not nearly as chain reaction-y this time. There was one time when we were in this room when it was basically just, we instantly destroyed everything. Okay, but still not so bad in the grand scheme of things. Just double check. Okay, we already have your major prophecy.
Snow falls gently on Olympus as before, but no trace of Typhon's foul storm remains, or of the rest of him. But you are able to confront him still somewhere beyond.
Indeed. Okay, so there is the attack, which is not really what I was looking for. Magic Restoration, as I said, would be important as well. Will we, you know, this actually could make a lot of sense, because we do need to stand inside the special to charge up our weapon aspect. We can't be attacking. We had this made for, on the previous run, for what was not the first time, but felt like the first time when we were actually relying on it. And we confirmed, not only do you need to be standing still, you can't be actively doing anything else, like charging up a skill or anything like that. But I think we might still be able to make this work, and it is high enough rarity to get 100% magic restoration. That's pretty key. And especially for the next one room, while we are using extra magic, that is pretty useful. Okay, so now I think we're going more Demeter and probably looking more for the type of boon that I was originally thinking would be the starting point for Demeter. Okay, almost walked straight into that. Ooh, okay. So remember, we can... Oh, yeah, so similarly, I don't think that... Ooh, hold on. Did that hit me? That did hit me for 1 point of damage. One moment. Lost my train of thought a bit. Okay, you know, really should get rid of this. Okay, yeah. All of our magic is gone. Can we... We can still dash. Interesting. Okay, that's actually very good to know. We can still dash. Okay, now, of course, more enemies spawn in once we destroy that. Oh, dear. Okay, one moment, please. Oh, no, I was trying to take a second to charge up the magic, and then immediately spend a bunch of it. So you guys are armored. Oh, man. I did not really expect this to end up going like this. Ended up being a little more complicated than I had thought it would be. Okay, just go away, that guy. Okay, so now, less of the dudes throwing the projectiles. Once I get rid of that guy, then we can... Oh my gosh, get hit by the zombies, who usually by themselves are not that big of a deal, but I took forever to take out the house that was spawning them. And because these guys have armor, they are not as straightforward to get rid of, at least not initially. This is the worst way this room could have possibly gone. The Chaos Boon has evolved. Now we get more gold. And hopefully, I mean, we get the healing opportunity before we go into the final fight. So there is that.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Let's see what we get here. Once again, it's attacks. I do like this. It does prime magic, but now that we no longer have this siphoning off, rather the Chaos Boon, it has evolved, so I guess we can no longer see it in the way that it once was. It's no longer siphoning off a bunch of our magic, so priming 20
Greater strength.
is not that big of a deal anymore. We'll get a little bit of healing going into rooms as well. Maybe means that now we are once again delaying the mini-boss a little bit more. But we could do this right now if we wanted to, but that's overkill, I think. Okay, so... I think we're going another Demeter. I want it to be the special. We still have yet to get it. I did not think that was that much to ask for with 3 Demeter rooms. Oh.
Just you. Soon you shall face me and the Flame Thief once again. But let's keep up the act for now.
That is true. We do have the fear activated, the rival fight activated for that. And I was actually thinking when we saw that Chaos Boon that the best way to get extra gold in this floor is by encountering Heracles. So I just wanted that boon to evolve by the time we ran into Heracles, if in fact we did. And that is the case. That is helpful. Alright, wait, hold on. This first. There are rocks in this room, but that's not important. Okay, extra gold there. And no, don't hit that guy. Don't hit that guy. That's my guy. One moment. Who's next? If anyone. I don't see anyone with the icon. Okay. So that's the difference between Heracles and Nemesis. I mean, I basically just let Heracles attack anyone who was not marked. So he definitely killed more people than we did, but that doesn't matter in this one. It's just how many of the marked guys do you get. So this is supposed to be 80. But it should be... Excuse me? Why did that not apply? What? That's rude.
They said the war was finally drawing to a close. Somebody must have forgotten to notify those we slaughtered.
We need them here for the time being anyhow. Has Olympus informed you of the nature of the next phase of our plan?
I got the gist. We fight on. Nothing changes. Never has before, so why would it now?
Oh, right, and I was wondering if Heracles was going to end up being one of the people we needed to meet to free the Fates, if he was the one who was rebelling against the gods. Maybe that's Prometheus. That's probably Prometheus.
What are you talking about? A lot's changed. Olympus is no longer in danger. The House of Hades is restored.
The way it always was.
Rocky,
So we
use
can
that
collect
beak.
these rocks, but these are not
Why, thank you.
Battle.
of great importance. It's the next floor where it really matters. Okay, here,
Olympus, I accept this
looking
message.
for the special.
A blessing for a price.
We did not get the special. We did get a long-term source of healing, which actually is relevant right now. But this is also great the earlier you get it. And we are getting it pretty early. Almost as early as you can get it. The higher the rarity, the more quickly it procs, I think. Rare is obviously not perfect, but I think we take it. And I assume it can only apply right now. Like, this first round will have already started on this. This is the only eligible thing that can get upgraded. So, I think that more or less guarantees this is going to be the first thing that gets upgraded, if I'm not mistaken. Although... Oh no, this can. This can. Okay. Yeah. And that just reduces the amount of magic that gets primed, which is a very small amount, I think, so not sure that's really going to make a huge difference. So, my point is, I think the first upgrade is going to be pretty bad. I imagine that it doesn't, I mean, maybe it waits until the very end, you know, on the room that it actually evolves. And that's when it decides which one it's going to upgrade, rather than when you first receive that boon. Okay. So, yeah, if we're going mini-boss, that means we only have one other room here. And we know that neither Hera nor Hestia are going to combine with our Hex. So that's not a factor. I think our magic and magic restoration is such that we definitely do not need the bonus magic. But double life, especially when we're going to be heading toward rival Polyphemus quite soon, is tempting. I mean, yes, obviously, in a vacuum, a boon is still oftentimes quite good, but I think double life may still be more useful here. Okay, so do this. Okay, you are armored. Who's here? Oh, you're here. Okay, I was gonna say, I was waiting for you to show up. Hold on. I missed a bit. Oh, this is a long encounter. Wow, okay. Nice that I can actually dash against these enemies now. Turns out that makes a pretty big difference. Not really where I wanted that to go, to be honest with you. That does stagger them at least a little bit, which is kind of nifty. Hey, man. Turns out you're the last one.
Be again at peace.
Okay, so yeah, 50 life is a lot. Excuse me. And then get a little more magic for good measure. As I said, don't really think that's going to be super necessary, but that's okay. We have a lot of it now. Oh! Wait. Yeah, that's another side room. That's the exit. Okay. Almost missed this. There's a lot of stuff in here, by the way. That's not really where I wanted to get caught. Fortunately, doing alright. Yeah, getting a special boon. I would very much like that. Okay. Some bones and even more magic.
Your attention?
And I did see this.
Let me show you the way.
You think he knows the way? I'm sorry.
Be free.
Alright, there we go. Alright, now that should be everything in here. That means we had decent luck with the little side areas. Okay, so we've one more room. And that means we're going to be almost max life when we enter it. So maybe this is the right time to take you on, and this is not exactly what I had in mind. 0 attack boons, 0 special boons, 0 cast boons, not even a dash boon, so not really much of anything to directly facilitate doing damage. But we do still have the aspect, and we have magic restoration, so there is that. Okay, so what is this? Have we fought this guy before? I think we have. I think this is the one guy, the one mini-boss we have fought on this floor. I want to say. Oh, I tried to throw the special out there. Ooh, I don't love this spot. Excuse me, that's not where I wanted to stand. If you stand there... No, that's not the time for you to dash! Oh my gosh, and I did not know you could do that. Is he restoring armor? Also, hello, other enemy. I missed.
And now for you.
Nope, that's my move. You are not supposed to block me. I'm supposed to block you. That's illegal. Please stop doing that. This guy is really annoying. I vaguely recall that when we did fight him in the past, it did not go particularly well. Oh, we do have this, which honestly would be very helpful. Okay, let's just beat him up. Yeah, so that guy was a pain. He does not trigger any prophecies, and as I said, he did seem vaguely familiar. Okay, nothing to gift to you, or no major reason to gift to you.
You bloody did it then. Whatever it is, everybody here has got their own idea, but I reckon Typhon's gone and Kronos is touched in the head, so all in all, not bad.
Kronos is touched in the head. That's such a great way to phrase it. Okay, so... You have the big burst of damage. And we have slow, hard-hitting attacks that we have to charge up. Well, both attacks and specials. So I was thinking Demeter made more sense with the special so we could freeze enemies, buy ourselves more time to do the charged attack. Technically, the charged attack can block sometimes. So we're not a complete sitting duck while we're doing it, but as you saw in that encounter, we definitely did still take some damage while we were trying to pull it off. So it's more pure damage from Hephaestus, whereas Demeter is more defensive setup. That's why I feel like, since the attack is the primary damage dealer and that's the follow-up hit, we probably prefer to get this from you, and then we get the special from Demeter, as I was saying before. I would like for this to be higher rarity. It is possible for that to happen if it gets hit by Steady Growth, but as I said, I don't know if Steady Growth is going to be able to roll stuff that we acquired after we got Steady Growth, or if it only can get the first round of upgrades on the stuff that was there at the very beginning, in which case it's almost certainly going to be you.
Right.
Okay. Anything else in here? Side areas? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so we did take some damage, but we have the fountain here, which should just about heal us up, especially once we walk into the shop.
Clean.
Okay. No, little enemies in here. Doesn't seem. Wait, we did not take the coin purse, and yet we are on almost 750 gold, and it didn't seem like we got any bonus gold from the Heracles encounter, which I think is pretty harsh.
Finally.
But we should be able to buy a lot of stuff here, and then we can potentially get even more value out of the gold purse later on. Okay, so Ares would be another one that gives us a lot of slow but big damage potential. So it isn't the worst idea on the special, but I still would really like to see Demeter. The cast could be interesting. Well, we have less life. We were less than 40 life. Our attacks and specials heal us. I think this is best for the fast hitting stuff. I mean, technically our just basic attack is somewhat quick, so it's not horrible for that, although that's not really what we're trying to focus on. So I think especially when we're about to go into a Polyphemus fight, having something that we can just throw on the ground to deal damage for a while, even as we're running around avoiding all the various poison effects, could be quite useful. I think I am going to take this. And then we can afford this, so it's half tempting to take it. It's sort of like, well, why not? At least in the short term, although I'm thinking ahead to the next floor where there will probably be several mini shops which we could potentially expedite the deliveries from with our extra money, which could be more valuable than an extra 30 magic when we already have a lot of magic and very good magic restoration. So, I mean, it's still just 100. I guess we'll take this. Alright, so this is Rival Polyphemus. As I've said many times before, I do think this is one of the most challenging fights in the game, at least for when you face him. But it does seem like it may have gotten a little bit easier as of the full release. Our build is rather strange at this point in time. We have some very glaring holes, but maybe we've started to fill those to a certain extent with those most recent boons.
I'm here.
Unfortunately,
You
yes.
decided not to act on my prior recommendation for the good of your flock, whose sheep you often eat. For how much longer do you plan to bar me from the rift?
So I am hoping that, although it is very difficult to get lots of time to attack Polyphemus in the rival fight in particular, if we can set up the special, the charge special, I think, and do some hit and run stuff, that could be very useful. As I said, the cast, potentially, obviously that does initiate right on top of us, so that's a little more dangerous in that way. The charge attack does surge forward, so it gives us a little bit of range in a way, but then, of course, immediately after doing that, then we're potentially in a very dangerous place, so we're going to see how this plays out. When we do pull off some of those big things, we do have big bursts of damage potential, and the Hex has some decent damage potential as well, but that also requires that we stand still. So that's similar story there, in terms of the risk-reward.
Thinking it might be a while. Got my flock, got my barn, been sleeping better lately, and having to uproot, settle someplace else, packing and unpacking. I don't want any of that.
Oh, Polyphemus. Maybe the most relatable thing you've ever said.
How fortunate you've made yourself such a comfortable arrangement that happens to be right in my blasted way.
Oh, that's just another perk. I even get my nightly exercise.
That's one way to put it.
I'll flatten you.
Ooh. Got a decent bit of damage out of that. Despite, as I said, the sort of risks and fears. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, those! I've not seen the black sheep before. At least I don't remember them. They explode. That's good to know. Oh, Rocky's doing a little bit of damage there. Oh, I forgot about Rocky doing the crit setup stuff. He is not pleased with us being here. Yes, there are some opportunities to use some of the slower attacks against him. Can the sheep hit him? Because usually they can, in the other phases at least. That's a good opportunity as well. He is poisoned. Be careful. Okay, I was gonna say, having sight on him would be helpful. That's Medea. All the explosive sheep, go away! That might reveal me. Excuse me, explosive sheep. phase. And that is Medea being very mad at me, and that is me threading the needle in a way that I did not believe that I would be able to do. Oh, I forgot about that. Basic attack, dude. This, oops, would have been a good opportunity to do this. Yeah, you know what? We'll use a resistance on that. That's alright. That's a big attack. Ooh, I was gonna say, I was not super clear on what Medea was doing there. Some magic while we're at it. And if we can manage to step in those specials, then of course that gives us additional damage potential. Would have been nice, but... Oh, hold on. Oh, that's Medea right on top of me. That's a very good opportunity. That was... Somehow that worked. Kinda, sorta, but not exactly. What do you say? What's with the bird? Because of Rocky? Is that what it was? Oh, he spotted me. Means he's seen that. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised by how much we're able to make use of that. Oh, okay, that was unfortunate timing, though. A little hard to find an escape route here. That's not a great place for me to be. That should be Hex, probably. Oh gosh, ooh, and that was almost poison as well. Pardon me. That's Medea. Ooh, so many sheep. Ooh, close call. Hey, Medea. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Fortunately, I was standing right next to that. He's poisoned. Okay. Oh my goodness, the sheep. They also just blend in a bit. Not used to having to focus on them. Okay, I would like for these guys to go away. Probably should have done a while ago. Remember one of them, not the other. Sheep! Get rid of that guy? Not quite. That's annoying. Go away, sheep. They really blend in. That was close. Yeah, charge special by itself does not do that much, to be honest with you. Really need to follow up with something bigger. I was not gonna find a way out of that. Yeah, I knew it was gonna see me there. And that was not great. Damage is just adding up, and we do not have the damage in response, at least not unless we can pull off our big combo. Maybe I should be pushing for more. That was close. That's Medea. Ooh, that was not the direction I thought she was attacking in, and those sheep nearly snuck up on me. Ooh, how did I avoid that? I'd like for you to just leave me alone for a second. I see you, Medea. No, the sheep! The sheep are legitimately a big factor. I don't know how that didn't hit me. I have charged up our big attack, which I would like to use. It's almost enough damage in and of itself. There it is. Okay. We almost had to use Death Defiance. We did not, though, fortunately. The sheep just really
I was witness to your rivals.
added an extra layer of difficulty to what was already going to be a challenging encounter. Okay. There we go. Anything else in here? I don't think so. So now this next floor is the key one for the crafting resource. And it's also the amount of damage we took. That was why I wanted to make sure we got that extra life. That previous floor. Okay, so there we go. Now, mini shop. We still have a lot of money, so we can get aggressive here. Could even deliberately do the delayed healing, although that's only 2 rooms. So that's... it's still potentially worth doing. Definitely going to take both of those. Let's see. So... you were not going to be a factor, because at least not right now. We don't have any common rarity boons. We still need enough healing that, you know what? I think I am gonna do this.
Shouldn't take
And
too
then
long.
I'm thinking it's either Selene for a quicker hex power-up, or it is the gold purse, because now it is 390 gold that we get from taking that, which more or less pays for the shop that we just got, and then some, probably.
Try another one, maybe.
But we still have 267 gold, but we have more gold earning potential going forward, so I think we can still afford to delay the gold purse by 1 more floor, I hope. Because the quicker we upgrade our hex, the more helpful it will be. I'm not going to expedite any of the deliveries there. Yeah. Okay. I'm hoping it's going to give us enough money
Next.
and enough healing as well. So any golden urns theoretically are worth more as well, although given how we did not get the extra money from Heracles, or at least it certainly didn't seem like it, that does make me feel as though only some types of gold get increased and other sources do not. Maybe it's only directly defeating enemies and room rewards, but other more unconventional sources don't increase the amount. I'm not entirely sure.
Take me away.
Maybe it was a bug. Yeah, so that by itself does not do that much damage. Now that may be in large part because we still do not have a special boon. You're still alive. Wow. Okay. Life or magic. I think we're probably taking the extra life here, even if bones are more useful than the ashes are. I did not really hit that the way that I wanted. Excuse me. Nope, I see that coming. There, and then this is the healing, so now let's see if there's anything else we want to do here first. Doesn't look like it, unless we're deliberately blowing up explosive containers on ourselves. So, okay, back up to full health. That's not an issue. But a few more rooms before... oh, and something did get rarefied. I think it was the... was it the attack boon? From Steady Growth? I think so. Because, yeah, we were thinking it was going to end up being this. It wasn't. I think this was already epic rarity. I think this was just rare. I did see, yeah, the spear dudes over there. Initiating an attack from that far away. Armor's broken.
Which way
It's
now?
that much safer. Okay, I think given the moonbeam, we probably do need to go Selene here so we can cash in on that as quickly as possible. We don't know if we're going to see Selene later on this floor, and we know that can cause some trouble
I'll take
if we
it from
get too clever on the Selene side. Whoop, hold on. Looked like that was better damage on the charge special that time. Maybe it just happened to crit because of Rocky. Maybe that's what did it? That was close. You've activated my trap card. You almost activated my trap card. You did to a certain extent, but not to a large enough extent. Okay. So here, we upgrade the Hex. We do not have the Duo, but if we can get Apollo to show up later on, there is a lot to be gained from doing that. Let's see. We get the 3 fan pattern. I like that a lot. And then this is really the key part. Because then you can set the Hex and run around, do your own thing, and not have to worry about standing still and making yourself very vulnerable as you do it. So with 8 points, we have to be able to get there, right? Gains power over time, gain a little bit of armor, not as keen on that. Either way, it's damage for the rest of the encounter. Armor, more power longer it goes. Now we can cast it wherever we want. Fires longer. Deals damage around us. I don't remember how this works once you have this. It might still continue to do damage around us even as we move around, but this gives it the serious damage potential if you throw it right next to a boss. I'd love to see, yeah, the ones that make it charge up more quickly, because we did increase the cost of it by taking this. We do spend a lot of magic, so that definitely does help, but auto charge up helps too. Ooh, this is tough. Usually I'd say Hermes all day, every day, and twice on Sunday, but the problem is that the thing that makes it challenging is that we're getting way more gold than usual. But you could make the case we're already getting more gold than we need, and Hermes actually does have that boon that allows us to buy more things from shops, so that might be what we're going for here, to benefit from all this extra gold. And then once we get the coin purse likely on the next floor, then we can make up for whatever gold we passed up on. So I do like... Whoa, don't dash into that. That's not what I don't... Well, not what I like. What I do like is when we have range, so we don't have to get hit by that guy as he's doing his thing. Okay, get rid of that dude. Alright, we can do this, and oh, well, that was a great place to place that. Wonderful. We can do that, and continue running around now. Oh, hold on. Fortunately, this guy I don't think is about to catch up to us anytime soon, so very easy magic restoration. Which means very easy charge up for this. There we go. Okay.
All done.
So that's 60 gold just from defeating that dude at the end there. I actually don't remember if I think the encounters give you gold per enemy rather than just gold at the very end of the encounter in one big chunk.
Still has the matter of the 3 fates to be sorted out, so Gramps just sent them into exile and then entirely lost track? How are we supposed to find them if he can't?
Or are you the emissary? You are a messenger of sorts. Okay, gain even more extra gold, but I think we already have enough of that, because this is the thing that we would actually benefit from more. So we have the gold generation, we want more ways to spend the gold, and that's what this provides.
Pushed it far enough.
Ooh. Let's try it.
Show yourself by the light of the moon.
In large part because of our Hex. But he has the smoke cloud, which we've learned also is functionally a shield. And the fact that he has a ginormous area of effect means that we actually are susceptible more or less as soon as we walk into that smoke cloud, which feels kind of cheap. Yeah, he gets, you see it there, he gets a shield as soon as you step out of the smoke cloud. So that stinks. I do hate that. I think we technically can still do some hit and run stuff, but it is a little more challenging than I would like it to be. We also charge up our big attack, but I don't know that that's what we want to be doing here. Just trying to hang in there as long as possible to maximize the damage. Oh, I did not think you were coming that way. Yeah, so we can play this very patiently, fortunately. We just need to be careful not to get too greedy and get hit once by that and spoil everything. More or less. Oh, like that, for example, was almost in range, which is kind of terrifying. He just has such a huge area of effect. Okay, so it does replace the old one if we use that. Can't really have two up at the same time. But we're only able to do this because we have such great magic restoration. Ooh. Okay, that was almost very horrible timing. Fast magic spending as well. Okay, so we're close to getting rid of your armor. Okay, hold on. No! Ooh, that's why I did not want to necessarily rush into doing that before. I got greedy with it. Okay, but there we go. So there's the extra Selene stuff, which is definitely quite helpful. It's 3 points, which we can then use to get us, let's see, more power, more armor. Definitely don't want the armor. That's not a big deal. Want more of the auto charger. Well, I guess we just demonstrated that we do have ways to still charge it up quickly. Although that was in part because this guy was so slow, we were able to just run over to a corner, use our charged attack a few times, and then be ready to go. Charge special a few times, and then be ready to go again. Whereas in other encounters, other enemies would rush us down while we're doing that. So let's see. Damage around us, damage at the end point, or start working toward the fan. And I do like all these things. Didn't really expect for us to get this encounter here for the extra Selene upgrade, so I feel like we can get a little greedy there. Finally, the rocks! Oh, and a mini shop as well. Okay. Yeah, these guys don't have shields, so we can just do that right off the bat. Laughable. You know, just maybe don't walk up right next to me. Okay, there we go. There's a delayed max life upgrade. We'll certainly take it. This is what we needed. We've needed it for so long.
Thanks, little one.
But I do think that we now finally have enough stuff to get the hidden axe unlocked. We can't do this until I was just thinking, since there are technically multiple encounters in this room, it'd be really nice if we could initiate this shop now, so we expedite the delivery in a different way. Okay, I think we're still probably going for this. Extra max magic has already, by and large, done its job. So replacing that just so we can expand this more quickly and hopefully get rid of you like, woo, hello, that. Was there there was another one. Where'd you come from? You brought a friend. There we go. It's okay, Rocky. They're gone now. Still won't let me? Yeah, understandable. Okay. So as I was saying, I feel like Zeus actually does have some potential with this setup. We still do not yet have a special. Having Zeus be the special is kind of useful, because he has Blitz, which is slow but big burst of damage, and then following up with subsequent hits expedites that damage, rather than having to wait for 4 seconds. We don't really have much in the way of levels on our boons yet, so there's definitely a lot of potential from the palms, although I think we're still looking at this. I was, as I said before, and we'll say again, I was thinking we were gonna go with Selene, or not Selene, Demeter, as our source of special to get the freeze, which I do stand by. as something that would be very helpful. I don't want to be standing in the circle. Yep, because that's going to happen. But I kind of didn't have a way to get out. Oh, I saw him coming in, and I was thinking, well, that's surprising. It looks like the encounter is already over. Why is he showing up now? Oh, wow. I get hit by that guy. Then, of course, all of the enemies are here. I walked straight into that. And I'm about to walk into more of those attacks, and this is why I don't like this floor, because there's so many attacks that are practically unavoidable. And it's not... It's just because it's so... In that occasion, because it's so small an area, they just corner you so quickly. They spawn directly on top of you. Usually, though, it's more so that they off-screen you with all the projectiles. That was a lot of damage we took. Out of curiosity, what is this one? This is going to be Moon of Hermes. This will be an extra something.
I meant to tell you, Icarus. I finally got to fly with great Selene and a moonlit steeds. I certainly see the appeal, and I didn't even get to steer the chariot.
Wait, you were all the way up there? That's amazing. The moon herself giving you a ride across the sky. I thought maybe if I could just fly a bit higher, I could reach her myself, but I talked myself down.
That is incredibly well written in so many ways. If only I could reach her myself. Well, we know he ought not to do that, even if he might want to. And he talked himself down. Alright. Quite the dad joke as well.
My latest work.
Alright, let's see. Whenever we clear 7 encounters, we get some healing and some palm slices. As I was saying, we have yet to get much in the way of level upgrades. And healing after taking a bunch of damage in this encounter wouldn't be the worst thing either. Charge moves also deal 50 damage in an area around the foes they hit, but use more magic. Honestly, not that bad. Attack boon gains +3 levels, but we prime 35 magic. These are all useful. This is potentially the best long-term, but short-term, I don't know if it gives us this stuff immediately as well, or if the first one only arrives after 7 encounters, and that is a long time to wait. It's only going to proc a few times. Where, should proc at least once per floor. Then this is probably the best in the short term. Gives us 3 levels on you, which will reduce the recharge time, right? That's how the levels work for most of the hammer-based Hephaestus upgrades. Which would be helpful in theory, although honestly, we are attacking irregularly enough that... I mean, going down from 8 to 5 seconds, which I think is what would happen, is probably right around where we'd want to be. I don't know that we really need to get much lower than that. Yes, it is great for just spamming attacks, which... Okay, it means we could just ignore everything else and make that be the whole entire build. But if we're trying to focus on this, which we have sort of been doing thus far, or at least the charge special component, then I think this is more or less enough as is. And then this one, yes, we're using a bunch of charge moves. I'm just not sure how much of a difference 50 damage is going to make. Well, if it counts each individual bounce of the charge special, then that could actually turn into some decent area damage, even if we don't have a special upgrade yet. And then on the attack, I think that's less meaningful, because we already have a huge burst of damage from that. 50 is not going to make a difference there. It's not much of a difference. So... any of them are good. I think I might still go for this.
Got it.
Careful out there.
I was really hoping he was going to give us the delivery immediately as well, though. He does not.
Count.
I have to take this first. Fine. Have it your way.
We could have scoured all our surface foes by now, but Kronos claims they're needed still. That you must face them as you previously did, to draw out remnant possibilities of Typhon to destroy. As long as you are willing, niece.
Alright. So, I don't think this is the special well, we could take this, use the Narcissus Keepsake, and upgrade it, and then at that point, we'd probably be okay with it. But this is not really what we were holding out for. This is kinda interesting, given how regularly we are using magic, although once again, we'd like to see that be a higher rarity. I mean, we haven't used any rerolls yet. We could use one. We don't yet have a dash boon, so this is also an option. We have a lot of earth boons. I mean, we're not going to get any here. I'm just starting to think infusion-wise whether these might be worth considering from that standpoint, but I think we'll go with this. And then here's the Hermes boon
In the name of Hades.
from the shop that we got previously. We are not yet at 8 earth boons, but we're actually not that far away, but all these are incredible. Wow. 15% faster. 3 blocked hits per encounter is a ton. Dodge chance based on number of boons at this rarity, even relatively early on in the run, that starts to become pretty significant. So take your pick. I think these are similar in that they are both defensively going to lead to you taking fewer hits. Obviously, this is more... I think this is better, though. Potentially. Because... okay, we get enough boons. We get a few dodges. Maybe that equates to 3 dodges per room. Even then, that's probably pretty generous. Unless maybe in very long boss encounters. But then you also have the 15% sprint speed from this, which is why I think that might be a tiebreaker there. Okay, but then the healing... okay, we have plenty of money. Plenty of money. We could even expedite the healing if we wanted. Let's just see what the next room is going to be. It's a shop. Is it the penultimate room? It feels like it's slightly early for that. I'm honestly not sure. Oh, and right, we're going to get something duplicated as well from that Hermes boon. Oh, so we do have more gold spending potential for that reason. I think I might do this and expedite it. Something else we'll replace, and then we'll at least buy the base version of these. Well, actually, this gets... the first item gets discounted. So you buy the first one there. Then you buy this, and you expedite this. So you heal. Then armor is the thing that replaces it. Not that interested in that. Okay, then I'm just going to buy that. We still have over 500 gold. So we potentially could expedite here for one of these as well. But that's expensive. And given how we have another shop here, and this shop will also give us the potential to buy another extra item, I think we save money, and then if we are going straight into Eris after that, we can still get aggressive, even in the mini shop in the floor between this and the next area. The room between this and the next area.
Lord Charon's ship.
Let's just see. Okay, so this is not...
Sort of parchment work.
uh-oh. This is not the final... the penultimate room. We're not about to go into the final encounter. However, we have never seen this before. It looks very ominous. So... little concerned about that, except, question mark, terms apply, ... Uh-oh, we might need to get our lawyer on the phone. Alright, well, let's buy this. Looking for the special. But it might be a duo.
Eager god of war can put an immediate stop to the troubles that our family is having to weather. Have you so little control of your domain?
I don't think we've seen this before.
We all have to our best, O Demeter. For my part, I ensure that wars are instigated when required, and that necessary outcomes are achieved. But I cannot precisely guarantee their duration or intensity, for violence is a force unto itself.
Interesting. Alright, so we could get the special boon, which was the thing that we were waiting for from Demeter. But if we pass on that, your charged cast... oh no! We don't care about the charged cast. Is stronger and follows you even as you start to channel it. I mean, we have to, right? And then we could potentially get a Zeus special boon as a plan B.
Olympus, I accept this message.
That's a Charon card. Okay, now this one is high rarity Zeus boon, so I feel much more open to doing that. Otherwise, we get revenge boon, or we get every attack we do is a little zap of damage, but it primes a lot of magic. I mean, that's the kind of thing where once you get the... if you get the Zeus infusion, that can become way more significant, especially if you have fast skills, but we don't really have that. So, I think it is going to be this. Really would have liked the freeze. Really would have liked it. But, I guess we're going for that. I guess there's a chance we'll get a sacrifice boon later on. Demeter heroic rarity special. Wouldn't say no to that. Okay. Oh, probably should have done this first, to be honest. It's the attack boon, which went, oh, from 8 down to 6 seconds. So it actually gave us 2-second improvement there. That's quite good. Okay, so based on Hades 1, I do have some guesses as to what this is. I do have some guesses. I think that is a very significant encounter. And yes, encounter. We are on full health now, and we did just power up quite a bit. What do we have? Do we have healing coming soon? No, we don't. Let's do it.
Whosoever claims this contract shall forthwith... I'm not reading all this.
Uh-oh. This is why we needed our lawyer. Because, oh! This is not what I expected.
Well, this is awkward. Millenoi, what are you doing here? I was just basking in the adulation of the crowd. They never tire of seeing the champion or champions of Elysium fall.
Okay, it's Zagreus.
Hello, Zagreus. Wow, this is Elysium, but I don't know what I'm doing here. Last I recall, I picked up some sort of burning parchment from Charon's shop.
Yeah, also, we were on the surface, and Elysium is in the underworld.
Oh, gods. You really accepted an infernal contract. Read all the fine print and still thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, about that.
I can't exactly say I read all the fine print. I mean, there seemed an awful lot, and could you perhaps summarize what I consented to?
Guys, the terms and conditions are important, okay? I know it's boring and you don't want to read them, but they are important.
A free trip to Elysium for one, and an exhibition match with its present champion or champions for another. Though exhibition does mean deadly battle in this case. You ready?
So yeah, we're fighting Zagreus.
Let's give these shades a shot.
If you insist.
Meet the Princess of the Underworld, everyone.
Okay, so Zagreus, Prince of the Underworld, is who we're fighting here.
Magic.
Fortunately, we do have a few tricks up our sleeve, but I imagine he does too. Trying to charge up some of our big stuffs. Like that. And that. And basically all of our charge moves are strong, but we at least have a reason to use them. I definitely could have been charging something up at that point. Or just standing still to get magic back. Excuse me. Oh, he took damage from Rocky? Okay. Great music as well. Is he at half health? Is he enraging? He might be. No, he looks like he's still a little bit above half health. But he might have stuff that he does once he gets to half health, which I think he now more or less is. Didn't really aim that the way I would have liked for it to have been aimed. Oh, I was trying to do the charge attack, and just nothing happened. That was strange. Okay, one moment, boy. Gotta get some magic back. Thank you. Seems like a good time to do that, except that you then moved. So the Hex does now target for itself. It's just that it, oh, it's like Hades 1! Oh, that's so cool. Hex does target for itself. It's just that it does not turn very quickly, as you kind of just saw there. Trying to get the charge attack in, although that's not the easiest thing to squeeze in at times. Hey, buddy. That's what I was looking for. Oh, hold on. That one needs to be charged. Let me do this. Uh-oh, he has a Death Defiance! I would say that's our thing, but it was kind of his thing before it was our thing. So, you know, fair play. That's really cool. Did he get stronger after having used it? That I do not know. Oh, he's doing something. He said darkness. Stop running, Zagreus. Also, if you could stand still so that I could more easily do this, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Where'd you go? No, stop disappearing. Oh, I was trying to do the charge cast there. That's why I was standing still. It was still up. Okay, he's getting low. How many death defiances does he have? Who knows? Oh, there he is. He's sneaking up behind me. Sneaky Zagreus. Excuse me. Oh, no! That would have potentially finished you off. Darn it. No, he hit me. Ah, we came so close to taking no damage. Darn it. Oh, we actually didn't take any damage.
Hold back at all there. Blast.
Even though it looked like we did. I don't know. We're on full health, so I don't know how that happened exactly. But yeah, it turns out our build is now quite strong, at least against Zagreus for whatever reason. It seems like basically whenever we can have encounters where we can disengage, take some time to charge up our skills, we can become really strong. Whereas the more hectic, I mean, you'd think this would be more hectic, but oddly enough, he was not chasing us that aggressively. But if we are surrounded by a bunch of enemies or they just non-stop pursue us, then it gets more challenging because some of our skills take a while to charge up and become more powerful. But there you go. That is an optional encounter with Zagreus that you can get by engaging in the shop with that infernal contract. And so you can skip it and just not have to risk taking a bunch of damage in an encounter such as this. But what are the rewards is now the question.
Zagreus, are you all right? I wasn't certain whether this was meant to be more for show or for real.
I'm sorry, Zagreus. I swear, I didn't mean to kill you.
I have to assume you decided for real was the way to go. Anyway, if anybody asks, I went easy on my little sister. Now, if you excuse me, I lost a little blood.
Oh, man.
That was beginner's luck.
Elysian Glory. An achievement for it as well. Prevail in the contest of champions.
Took you down, big brother.
Alright. So we get a bunch of gemstones. No! No! There's lore that I missed. I didn't think it was going to immediately teleport us back. Okay, and it immediately teleports us back into a new room. Okay, so unfortunately we didn't get quite all the stuff that we would have liked to have seen there. Ooh, it's fire. Nope. You stop that. And did that count as an extra encounter, though, for the sake of progressing steady growth, supply chain, and all these things? It very well may have. So I guess it was useful from that standpoint as well. Okay, now we do have some boons we'd very much like to see upgraded. Not entirely sure what our top choice would be at this point. As I said, I think maybe one more attack upgrade wouldn't be the worst thing, but not trying to make this a full-blown pure attack run. Even the cast now has some stuff that makes it more interesting. Nope, don't do that. It really looked like that enemy hit us. It looked like they should have hit us. Who's left? Oh. Hold on. Yeah, now that that actually has... Oh, there's two enemies over there. Now that that actually has a special boon behind it, that's doing a lot more damage, thankfully. Okay. Nectar, and then, it's the dash. That's probably the single least impactful thing that it could have upgraded. That stinks. Okay, now this is the penultimate room shop. I would assume that those are pretty rare encounters. The ones where it gives you the option to fight Zagreus. And, I mean, there's a chance that it's not always Zagreus. He said, oh, it's whoever the most recent champion is, which happened to be him on that occasion, but maybe there's a little more variety sometimes. But I would think that you can probably do it at most once per run. I doubt you'd ever see it twice in the same run, but who knows? It's our first time seeing it in Hades 2.
Lord Charon set up shop.
Oh. Huh? It's a free Selene upgrade, and is that because we did the optional encounter with Zagreus? I mean, either way, I'm kind of hoping that we can buy this first, because the first thing that we get is discounted. And, this is green, which suggests it's less expensive than usual. However, I imagine as long as it doesn't just disappear as soon as we take something else, I think this is still the way to go. It's another duo! Your falling blades from Ares fall immediately and deal more damage. Yes. And then Demeter! And at this point, yes, we are starting to run low on money, as we anticipated might eventually end up being the case. But I think we're going here. Yeah, I think it's still Demeter. We'll skip these things. Obviously, they would be useful as well, but it also means that post-Eris, if we do make it through, we are probably not going to be able to do much in the shop unless we take the coin purse, which turns out, yes, would have been helpful on this floor. At the very end, at least. But this is still pretty awesome value, so let's take this. Ooh, charged attack deals 80% more damage. We have seen it before. We had it on the previous run, but we weren't sure if it worked with that aspect. It definitely should work for this one, and it could be absolutely busted. Yes, it uses more magic, but honestly, that might be a good thing with how much magic and how much magic restoration we have, and it's just going to make it easier to charge up our Hex even more quickly. So I think we absolutely take that. We're still on max life, so obviously, yes, more life would be helpful, but we still now take this. My entitlement. As the new champion of Elysium, perhaps. Okay, so now we can get this, which will dramatically increase the recharge cost, but it might still be worth it. That's 3 points, then we have 2 left. Don't really care about this. This is meaningful, but we can increase the duration, which I think is worthwhile, so let's go for it. This, and this. The Hex is now really strong. Unfortunately, can't afford these things. Let's see if Charon has anything to say about the little encounter we had last time we paid him a visit.
Lord Charon, why didn't you say anything about those infernal contracts I'd started to see? I wound up in an inadvertent clash with Zagreus.
Charon's like, yes, all according to my plan.
Well, you know what I mean. And yes, I won.
Thank you very much, Charon. So there is a somewhat similar mechanic in Hades 1, but Zagreus is the main character in Hades 1, so obviously you don't fight Zagreus in that encounter. So I was not expecting for him to be the person we would see. But an unexpected little fun encounter there. And this one is expected. It is Eris. It is rival Eris at that. But we are theoretically a fair bit stronger now. So hopefully we are ready to take her on.
It's the nightly special. Fear in the air, you said last time it was like this. Maybe you really are doing some of Nyx's dirty work. In which case, you're way dumber than I thought.
Also, I think she is the enemy we need for nightmare purposes.
You were invited and expected to be part of the unseen, but you turned your back not only on us, but your mother, and the underworld itself.
Oh, sorry.
You've come to
I thought she was done.
Too bad
I was
I've
not
got
reading
nothing
the
to give. Unless you take payment in these little metal things that the rail chews up and spits out.
Okay. Fortunately, I don't think that was of critical importance. standing still for a bit there to try to charge some stuff up. By charge some stuff up, I mean specifically our magic. And by our magic, I mean our special. And by our special, I mean... No, I did mean our magic. Get the magic back. Okay, let's do this. We do not have the heroic... we don't have the dual boon, so there's no reason to ever really hold back. Oh, nope, don't stand there. That actually does a surprising amount of damage to those little orbs. Ooh, hold on, I do need to stand still now for magic restoration purposes. Big damage. One moment. Magic back. Where'd you go? Okay, I'm gonna do this just to get rid of your friends here, because they are annoying. Imagine that did hit us, even though I didn't really see it hit us. Where'd you go? Where did you go? Over there. That was weird. It kept on trying to lock on to different enemies, so I just held the charge attack for a really long time. Nope, don't do that, please. Ooh, they just wasted a bunch of resistances on that, unfortunately. Nope, not like that. Like this. Oh, okay, don't stand there when she's phasing, though. It's generally a rule of thumb against her in base form as well, but... Okay. Ooh, this is not a great place for me to be right now. Nor is that. Or that. It's just getting a little crowded now. No! Stop staggering me. Don't stand in the fire. Do that. She's now getting very mad. Oh, hold on.
Oh, no, you don't.
There's a lot of stuff over there. Ow. There we go. Okay. You can see how low we actually dropped there. I think it started to get a little dicey, maybe. Oh, not too bad. Okay.
For the Will of Night.
Will of Night is done. We get now 2 Nightmare. That definitely was not the case before, right? Maybe it's once you do Nightmare bosses at 10 fear and above, it starts to become 2 Nightmare per boss. Because it seems like that was a recent thing, and we only did recently start hitting the 10 fear threshold. As you see here, we are currently on 10. And we got something rarefied. It was the special. Okay. Courtesy of you. Not so bad. Then we obviously can heal off some of the damage that we just took. And 40 gold. Any golden urns? Oh no, we're saying... I think we were saying we want to go for you on this floor anyway, and with 390, that should make a pretty big difference. We'll heal here. That's almost enough to get to max life. Then we do this.
The purse.
And then we can... Oh, man. Not loving these options. We're almost maxed out on Selene already. And the stuff that's left, I think there's maybe 1 upgrade for extra damage. 5% extra damage for the rest of the encounter after using the Hex. Then there's, I think, 1 for extra armor. That's pretty much it. It's not very useful. Healing after 5 encounters. Okay, you could potentially do it just for an insurance policy in case you happen to take damage. You know you have healing coming in the future. And then the magic. Really need that? Not really sure that we do. I mean, I'm half tempted to buy one of these, expedite the delivery just to get the next shop item showing up here. In which case, this would be the least expensive, and it also does take the longest to appear. I still don't know if that actually is mathematically factored into how much it costs to expedite the delivery. Like, does this cost more to expedite because it's 8, whereas this is only 5, so it costs less? I don't know. Let's do this. We'll do that. It shows up immediately. As I was saying, this is not especially useful. In fact, we have 3 points. We can only use 2. This one's useful, yes. This one, less so.
The light of the moon.
So now, Selene from here on out does absolutely nothing. That's more meaningful, though. We'll do that. We won't expedite. And we could take this, but at this point now, at 231 gold, yeah, okay, sure, it's cheap enough. We'll do it. Not going to expedite, though. So we have enough that we should be able to buy stuff from a mini shop and just not be expediting it. And if we find more opportunities to earn, we do have increased earning potential. Even beyond just the hello, keepsake that we just took. The reason why I'm choosing to attack these guys is because, speaking of gold, I don't believe they give us any if we just let them kill each other, whereas I think they do if we do the killing. Which does more or less immediately help pay off what we just purchased. Speaking of which, does make it a little tough to say, do you go gold here, or I think we still go hammer, to be honest. I mean, just from that room alone, we're already almost at 300 gold. And sure, we could potentially bump into multiple mini shops, but that's really the only case where I think we'd start to have the chance of running out of money. I thought I missed. These were basically the mini boss that we fought on the first floor was one of these guys. Did I not use any charge moves yet? We've not really charged up our cast. I want to get rid of... That's an annoying amount of health for you to still have. Please go down. Please stop blocking everything. There we go. Oh! Okay, some of that was from Hermes. Some of that was from the Icarus delivery. Okay, that's the healing. Okay, if I remember that, maybe we wouldn't really have needed to buy the healing from the mini shop. But again, hopefully we have enough money that that's not really going to matter too much. So there's extra life. You upgrade the special. Not bad. You upgrade... Oh, the magic restoration. It's now gone from 100% magic restoration every second to 150%. It is actually possible for it to not immediately restore all of your magic, but it's pretty hard to only get a fraction of it. Now it hopefully is going to be almost always instantaneously maxed out. Okay, let's see. Fully charged charge attack has plus 100 power. I am not sure how that interacts with this. Your attack deals plus 150 damage to armor. Attack deals plus 30% damage and reach further ahead. Honestly, I think this is actually way, way better than these other ones, because we have a ton of damage already from this. So I think percentage boosts are much more impactful than flat numbers, except is this coming from flat damage, or is this all damage? No, this is a bunch of damage multipliers, so maybe the flat damage is better. But the other thing is that reaching further ahead means more area of effect, so it's easier to hit a bunch of enemies with it. So if it's already enough damage, then this just makes it much more reliable in average encounters. Against bosses, this would probably still be... Yeah, sure, we'll try this. Against bosses, it might be a big difference maker. Okay, so nothing else here. Let's, I think, take the life. Hello there. Hello to you too. Mostly we have to charge stuff up. Be honest with you. Don't do that, please. Yeah, that's 2,000 damage. Nope. Oh, that's a lot of them. Hoping that can block for us. Because otherwise, that's going to be pretty painful. Yeah, that's basically a guaranteed one-shot, which is pretty cool. Thank you, Poseidon. Okay, that was a little confusing as to what that guy was doing. Okay. Extra, oh, that's the life we get from this encounter. Then this was Mystery Boon, which is Zeus. Which... Oh, wait. That does apply to this, right? It's only a 10% chance. But our special does bounce, so theoretically it might be able to hit multiple times, which means that 10%er is rolling multiple times. I still wish this was much higher, of course. I mean, we have yet to use a reroll, so we certainly could give that a shot now. We also... We're seeing enough Zeus, this will be 3. His infusion becomes available at... or is usable starting at 5. Closest thing we have is Hephaestus's is Earth, and it just gives you more damage based on the number of Earth boons, and then Ares gives us a huge damage boost, but only once you're at 8 Earth boons, so we're not there yet. But... I mean, I think it is still the right choice, it's just a matter of do you reroll? I'm gonna reroll.
Let's see how this goes.
Ooh, that's a very good thing to combine with what we're using. Otherwise, high rarity revenge. Now, we're using that. Not even think about that one. Sneaky golden urn. Worth 26 gold. Okay, so yeah, I think we're going to be fine on the gold front, at least for a while. At least for a while, depending on how aggressively we run into the mini shops and expedite those deliveries, but more life here. Nope, don't do that. The damage does get significantly higher if I fully charge up the attack, but I didn't have the chance to do that safely. Oh, I thought there was a statue over there. Oh, there is a statue over here, though. Nope, that was close. Ooh, more enemies. Does make me wonder if this is going to turn into an Athena encounter. Ooh, I need to stand still. One moment. Please don't chase me down. I activated that in the worst possible place. Nope, don't do that. I did him with the charge attack. I'm pretty sure I just either whiffed or didn't quite hold it long enough. Oh, also, I haven't gone destructive mode at all. Okay, this should be a better angle to do that from. Oh. Okay.
A centaur heart.
More life. That's definitely starting to add up. Mini boss Demeter, which I am intrigued by, but mini shop first. Delayed centaur heart. Only 2 encounters. Not bad at all. Let's discount it. So we'll do that. And then this is really inexpensive. I think maybe because it takes 7 encounters for it to show up. How much does it cost to expedite? I mean, if we do, we get another thing showing up here, which is tempting. That is kind of tempting. Sure. Hephaestus. Infusion, yep, is probably the best option for us, and that is exactly what we see here. 5% bonus damage 2 attack and special per Earth boon. We have 6 of them. And attack and special are the things that we are focusing on, so that is huge.
My silver.
And now, it got replaced with Soul Tonic. Don't think we need that, and we don't need to expedite that. That's okay, I know it doesn't cost much, but let's go mini-boss. We've seen a whole bunch of Talos as of late, but there is at least one other mini-boss we can get here that we have seen before. It's the dragon. And that is who we get.
Not had enough of me, dragon.
One moment. Haven't really taken notice of how much we've charged up the attack. That. If nothing else than to get the bonus stuffs. Ooh, hello. Don't mind me. That's supposed to have such limited range? Feels kind of silly. Oh, I remember. That was something that caused us some trouble avoiding in the past. Now you are armorless. Tried to... I think I got the briefest of charged attacks there, but that's okay. Stun lock you now. More life. Healing that we definitely did not end up needing, fortunately. And then more damage.
Olympus, I accept this message.
And at this point, you get even more healing. And a little bit of resource gathering as well, but that's not a huge factor at the moment. Charge cast deals more damage if we are in the binding circle. The bonus damage is doubled. Technically, that does synergize quite well with... What was it? Oh no, not this. Although this has been... Yeah, this has been upgraded by you. Haven't been paying the closest attention to which ones have been hit, but now it's only a teeny tiny bit of magic primed. The incremental difference is so small, this is not really a huge deal to upgrade that one. But what were we looking... Oh, the duo. Not this one, but this one. Charge cast is stronger and follows you even as you start to channel it. So that does work well with this. I mean, this also would work, but we take that.
Set.
Okay, then no choice but to go magic. I was going to say, if you block that, I was not going to be happy. Nope, don't do that. Hey guys, this is my new charge cast. Hope you like it. Oh. Uh-oh. Not a fan of this. I was gonna say, yeah, we can't attack him. He's not a damageable enemy, which means there have to be other things spawning in here at some point. Wouldn't mind getting you guys a little closer to that. Oh, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it closer and then walk over there. Goodbye. 6,000 damage. Oh my goodness. Not even from a hex. Not even from a hex. That is insane. I mean, part of me wishes that we had gone all in on the fear and made this be one of those ones where we had the rival Typhon. Because it feels like we could handle it on this occasion. Alright, I'm gonna try this.
This'll be over soon.
Oh, okay, no, it's a lot more crowded than I expected it to be. Not really what I had in mind. Not really what I had in mind. Especially not with the heat-seeking projectile dude. This guy. He's a pain in the butt. Oh, I missed. There we go. Okay.
We are as shadows.
That means we get an extra palm for good measure. Can get this down to 5 seconds, as I said. I'm not sure that makes a huge difference. We now have a lot of damage on this, but I do think this is probably still the best option for us. Okay, and now life, we're at 335. That is a ton. I think that's mostly just from all the mini shops that we've been able to buy extra life from, because we haven't had that many dedicated life rooms like this. So there is that boon from Hephaestus. I forget if it gives you life based on magic or if it's the other way around. I think it's life based on magic. We do also have a ton of magic, so we could get crazy tanky that way. All the more reason why it feels like this might be one of our strongest runs ever, so this, in hindsight, would have been a great one to throw extra fear on, but, I mean, this... probably still like to hit you, or you... Some obviously defensive, offensive. Let's go here. Let's go here. Was hoping that that was gonna actually kill you. Like to at least get one of those charged up. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't get one for myself. Moment. While I do just that. No, that wasn't gonna be the only wave. Sure. Ooh, that did not kill you. And also, sure. Now, maybe this is getting a little preemptive at this point. Maybe there will actually be more waves than this, in which case probably would have benefited more from waiting, but that's okay. Those were the last enemies. And we still have 750 gold. Even after all that we've spent. Okay. Ooh. That's only a flat 10 damage upgrade. We probably have other things that would boost it further, but this, seeing how much damage we can get on our charged attack, having a percentage boost to further increase that, well, I mean, increasing the percentage boost even more.
Well done.
Okay, then this is actually a little tricky because, yes, in general, I would say we go for Dionysus. However, we have so many boons. There's so much synergistic potential here. We already have 2 duos. We are probably eligible for more. But this is... I think this was Demeter plus Ares, whereas this was Hephaestus plus Ares, which means we still don't have Hephaestus plus Demeter. And I don't remember what that is, if we've even seen it before. Maybe it doesn't work with the combination of things that we have here. But if we could get it, just imagine. Just imagine the potential. Yes, there are some funky things you can get from Dionysus, for sure. Some of which are very good, especially in a vacuum. I don't know if they're... Well, does he have one where he creates a smoke effect that makes you do extra damage while you're standing in it? Because at this point, I am kind of now trying to see just how much damage can we get if we max this out. Max out the charge attack with all the various boosts that we're applying. So I don't know if we're going to get a duo boon from Demeter, nor do I know if it would actually be beneficial for that, but I'm intrigued. There's a chance that maybe Dionysus actually has more synergistic potential. I guess Dionysus is harder to find, I guess.
Yeah, come, everybody, let's have another round.
65 gold just from that is insane.
Hey.
One moment while I see if you happen to have any more golden urns hanging out in here. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Not gifting to you, I don't think.
Dionysus, won't you at least notify your family members that you're well? Some of them must be concerned for you.
I'm sure I'll get around to it one of these nights, baby, but we're still celebrating your success. You won the war.
I did not personally win the war. We stood together as a family and prevailed. I merely did my part.
And I'm doing my part right now. The others know I'm going to be fine. I just need a little space, what with all the excitement. A little space with all these fabulous guests.
Alright. Let's see. Your charge moves inflict hangover the first time they strike foes. That hangover makes foes take some damage over time. Your attacks randomly deal exactly 555 or 555. We saw this before in the previous run. We did not take it, and I don't think we want to here because that could potentially dramatically decrease our damage. We did see this in the previous run, and this is the one that we took, I think, and it was incredible for us. And in the Prometheus rival fight, and even in the mini-boss fights on the final floor, this can be really helpful. We do still have 2 rerolls, so we could even use one now if we really wanted to. As I said, I thought that he had at least one boon that creates a smoke cloud effect that while you're standing in it gives you a big percentage damage boost. So if we're trying to min-max damage as much as possible, then that would be kind of intriguing. Also, I guess if we happen to get the crit from Rocky, then obviously that gives us a ginormous damage boost. And I don't know, maybe that's what we saw when we got the 8,000 or 6,000, whatever it was before. And obviously that's a small percentage chance, so that's not going to happen that often, but I kind of want to reroll, just to see. Ooh. Each encounter grape juice appears in the area, grants you power when used, reappears every 9 seconds. Very next move gets plus 100 power, then later reappears in a random spot. We have taken this. It was very distracting to the point where it probably made me take a whole bunch of extra damage. I would like to get this at some point because I do think that obviously it has the prophecy symbol next to it, and it might be the last one that we need for him. On the other hand, we do have 821 gold, so I don't want to just throw that away right now. The timing is not ideal. I feel like it's probably best to do this when you have very little gold, so it is more of a loan, where like we don't need a loan right now. We have the money to do what we want to do. Although that would actually be pretty cool if that plus 400 also got boosted by this, in which case it'd turn into a ginormous amount, but I think we're taking this. I don't love it, but it could potentially give us more damage in those key encounters. And then, okay, if I had do we see these encounters before we even talked to Dionysus? If so, then maybe we could have taken the extra gold and then immediately gone in there. We might be good for gold for more or less the rest of the run, even without this. However, we do have a lot of potential to spend a lot of gold, and in that super shop at the very end, we could potentially go absolutely crazy. So, I think we'll be okay.
Going up.
I mean, we also probably don't need the life, but I am also a little bit intrigued by trying to get as much life as possible. Okay, so here you are. Does it only affect the very first hit of the charge special? Or does it affect all of them? That's probably not where I would have chosen to hit, given the choice. Excuse me. Ooh, don't do that, please.
Right now.
Can't do it right now. We can do this, though. Okay. Might be approaching 400 life by the time we get to the end of the run. I don't even think that's much of a stretch to say that at this point, especially because this should now be the penultimate room. So there's a shop here, and we should be able to buy everything here. We'll pass on the free Hephaestus because we can get more than one upgrade here, especially when it seems like for the rest of the run, we're getting one of these. We're getting a free reward of some variety. But the first thing is discounted, so let's take you. And we'll get an extra item here, which is the main reason why I wanted to make sure we went this way. Charge moves also cause falling blades to appear over each foe struck. Uses more magic. I think that's fine. That would also get us up to 8 Earth, which means if we do see the infusion from Ares, we'd be eligible for it at this point. Ooh. With as much life as we have, this actually could become very powerful, but we'll do this first.
Blood and darkness.
Then it's Zeus. We'll take this, because we can. And we can zap enemies whenever we use magic. Revenge boon. All of our strikes bounce. And we prime a whole bunch, but that's okay. Any of this stuff could work. We're on 3 Earth right now, or 3 Air rather. Just means even after this, we're still not quite eligible for Zeus infusion. If we do this, this will will this be the thing that takes the power from the grape juice, or it will probably be the skill we're using that initiates the strike? Guess it's still okay. Yeah. Sure. And see what this is. It's Ares. And it is the infusion. Oh man. Okay, so this might have been the biggest damage boost that we had yet to see.
Strength.
And it's immediately activated. So I'm very excited to see what this adds up to now. Because that's 50% extra damage. Oh man. Okay, well we're going to take this because we can. We honestly might be able to take this as well. However, if you consider the mini shop that we would like to see at the end of this floor after defeating rival Prometheus, assuming that we do, then there's 3 things we can potentially buy there. We'd like to expedite the delivery on at least one of them so that way we get a bonus item even from that mini shop, and even then we would like to have some money afterward so that we can go crazy in the super shop at the end of the final floor. So, I mean, this doesn't really help us outside of memes, and also potentially if we see that Hephaestus boon that I think gives us life based on our magic. Hopefully not lice. And at that point, yeah, we would be maybe even approaching 500 life, which would be just insane. Especially if we could then get the Ares boon that gives us the chance for double damage based on how much life we've lost, because it's not based on the percentage life you've lost, it's based on how many hit points you've lost, which could be a lot if you have 500 total life. So, alright, I'm going to do it, because I think we're going to have enough gold that it'll still be fine. This is rival Prometheus, so it is challenging. But we have found ourselves with a whole lot of damage. So I don't know if this is going to be the best encounter to demonstrate and test that out, or if it's going to be Typhon. But here goes nothing.
Well,
more golden urns in here. That's good, because we just spent a lot.
There exists a downside to having the ferocious strength of Heracles at one's call. It must be overconfidence. How could we possibly not prevail, I theorized. Well, there were ways.
Indeed there were.
You ought to have told me of these ways, Flame Thief, for I am unaccustomed to defeat. It's fortunate we have no onlookers for all the smoke and ash.
Okay, so as a reminder, obviously Heracles, Prometheus, they have 2 separate life bars, and I think we confirmed they do not become stronger when the other one goes down. It's only when they themselves lose life that they start to become stronger. So, I think. So, we do want to focus on them one at a time, and generally I've gone with Prometheus first. It's probably what we'll go for. I mean, it kind of just, whichever one we happen to hit with a big supercharged charged attack is probably going to be the one that we want to go for first, because they're going to take a huge burst of damage from that.
If you two would like to keep this lovely conversation going, I've no great impulse to break it up. But you're going to force me to fight, I suppose.
It's ultimately why we're here, so yes. Where you're going, change follows. And change does not come without conflict.
Alright. Oh, and yes, that does always hit me, the eagle at the beginning. I was not remembering it that time. Oh, that was bad. I've already been distracted by just trying to set up this big a hit as we possibly can. I think it might have been the crit that was helping us in the past. Yeah, we should also do that. Put you over here. Like this. Oh, hold on. He's doing it again. Excuse me. Oh, that didn't count as still using a resistance. Darn it. Hold on. Okay, we do have a ton of resistances. Kind of forgot about that part, but we are using them very quickly here, which is not ideal. Let's aim more at Heracles. Ooh, that's a bad spot. Made it up slightly better. That was very close. That was also very close. It's just standing there. Okay, there we go. Okay, middle, bottom, top. Middle, bottom, run! Ooh, that was close. Does this make the Hex go? I don't know. Oh, that's a lot of damage from the Hex. That was still a resistance? I didn't realize we had any at that point. I'm just doing this to charge myself up, to be honest. At least a little bit. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's not a great time for that, though. One moment. Going on me, even though it was charged up. That's okay, you also walked into it, so that's helpful. Okay, here we go again. I was not really making a point of attacking you, but that's alright. Bottom, middle, bottom, top. Middle, bottom, middle, bottom. Was it middle again, or was it top? I forget. It was not this. Oh, I messed up. Oh, okay. Fortunately, I only got hit by one of them. And I actually didn't realize you could even resist on that. There are some things that are unresistible. Usually the sort of big one-shot boss skills are unresistible. I just assumed that was the case for Prometheus. Oh, hold on. Don't stand there. Hold on. I mean, that is actually very convenient for you to walk into that. Not gonna lie. Ooh, dodge. We'll take it, I guess. Who's in the corner? That was close. Oh, you just did it twice in a row with no cooldown whatsoever. I did not see that coming. Yo, dude! What the heck? Chill! I've never seen him do that skill twice in a row that quickly, let alone 3 times in a row that quickly. Oop, don't stand there though. And that was not aimed at anyone. That is a good spot for that. Oh, the eagle is back. Or his friends are, at least. This is the first time he summoned the ads? And it seems like it. Pretty sure their attack is fully charged up. Yeah, it definitely is at this point, because I really haven't used it quite some time. The just spawn directly on top of us. That works. I was not paying attention. That was just a complete coincidence that I dodged that one. If I'm being honest with you. That's not where I meant to put that. That took a lot longer to land than I thought it would. Kind of just want to take out Prometheus without having to... Oh, I guess I can do this. Without having to use our big attack. So I can then do this. Oh, hold on. Oh, the eagle is back! What the heck? Come on, man. Prometheus is down. Just chill. Okay, this Hex is also, I think, going to be very good against Heracles, especially once he gets phased. Surprised that wasn't enough to charge up the Hex, though. This is. Unfortunately, the jump meant that he did more or less completely dodge it. Quite get that fully charged. What's he doing? That is why I was saying the Hex would probably be very good against him. Just want to get myself to charge up a bit. This should get you. Unless you dodge it. But she didn't. At least not entirely.
My foreknowledge of this moment. It's as though we've done this all before. I could not.
Alright. Honestly, not quite as big burst damage as I'd hoped for. Maybe it was that we had a crit activate previously and that made it seem like we had a little more damage than we do. It's still incredible damage, don't get me wrong, but now this is Icarus proccing, and this means local climate? I don't remember what that is. Oh, extra damage on our charged cast. I was not really using that much at all. There. Volcanic Strike, less cooldown on the attack. That's probably now the highest we'll ever really need that to be, unless we're just, again, converting to more or less a straightforward simple attack build. Okay. Now we have this.
Coinage.
We have this. We have this. That means we do have a lot of coinage to work with here, and yes, we do have, I think it was one common rarity boon. Oh no, I thought we picked up a common rarity Zeus one, but I think we re-rolled and went with something else, so there's no Narcissus potential here. Usually we would go with a boss-specific keepsake here, although to be honest, I feel like we might be okay without one on this occasion. So is there any sort of special trick we might use this time around that we haven't been able to do before? Get an extra chaos boon? Common rarity, unfortunately. And I think it might switch over to something. Oh, well, 6 encounters, it would probably rarefy before we made it to the end. And it would probably might change just before the boss. But, I mean, we have no control over what it is, so I don't know. Maybe it's useful, maybe it's not. Maybe the first one's better, maybe the second one's better. All the god and goddess boon-related stuffs. This is no longer helpful. Oh, somewhat similar idea. We could get an extra hammer upgrade there. I mean, since we're using both attacks and specials, and to a certain extent even casts pretty aggressively, there's a decent chance we benefit from this. Oh, Concave Stone would probably be the most straightforward thing for us to benefit from at this stage, if we don't just go for the typical Luckier Tooth or Knuckle Bones. Let's do it.
The stone.
It's a little greedy, a little power hungry, but I'm intrigued. Okay, so I think we take this. We might even expedite it, even if it costs a lot, so that way we can get something else showing up. And this could even be the thing that triggers the Concave Stone, so we need to be prepared to click on 2 things here. Okay, so it's Zeus, it's a duo, and it's his infusion. Okay, so oh, this is also good. So definitely would be a great time for Concave Stone to activate. We haven't gotten this before. Your Chain Lightning can bounce off you and deals increasing damage to foes. Damage per bounce. Oh. Ooh. Feels like this synergizes more with that. We are not yet eligible for air quality unless we went with this and this, but I don't think that's what we'd want to do. So I think we're taking this, and then if we do get the extra one, we'll take you. So that way, if air quality does show up in later, like in the super shop, then we can immediately benefit from it. So do this. No Echo Stone. Okay. Would have liked it on that occasion, but that's all right. Then we can, if we will, do that. Won't expedite it though, so that way we still have some money to work with going forward. Oh, hello and goodbye indeed. I kind of forgot that you tend to show up on this floor now. And it's kind of weird that you just made the briefest of cameo appearances, but didn't really have anything significant to say. Okay, no extra gold there, I don't think. Alright. So we did take a risk by not taking one of those boss-specific keepsakes. Or at least the ones that we think of as sort of being boss-centric. Okay, let us see. That was a crit. Oh, hold on. Typhon's tail. Dodge through that real quick. That's not really where I want to get stuck. He says, as if he likes getting stuck in general. No, not really. There we go. Okay. Static Shock just got rarefied. That's definitely a Zeus Boon of some variety. Oh, it's the Chain Lightning one, which works quite well with this. Okay. And these floors do give a lot of gold, even just the basic enemies, so even if we do see a mini-boss, or rather mini-shop soon, as we do right now, should still be able to be fairly aggressive. Ooh, hold on. Well, that's the Chain Lightning, which is kind of confusing. The way that it bounces around made it look almost like it was the enemies doing that. Okay, well, there's more golden urns, which means we have even more, a lot more money to work with, and that'll be the mini-boss coming up next. Let's see. So I think we do this. Actually, this is the most expensive. So we buy this, but then we buy this and we expedite this. We get this, and it's likely to be the thing that activates the Echo Stone. Because that is 75% chance to trigger. So we can get... Ooh. I mean, this can help make us faster, yes. Uncommon rarity, it's a bit unfortunate. Healing... Oh, we did see this one before. This would be unfortunate if it were to proc... You know, I might reroll now just because of the high chance of Echo Stone. Because we could go 1 and 2, but I don't love that. We are getting more damage per Earth Boon based on the Hephaestus infusion. This, where is it? Where is it? Oh, right here. This one. So, I think almost every Ares boon is going to be Earth Elemental, unless we happen to get a Legendary or a, another duo. His Legendary, though, I believe, if I remember correctly, is based on the Plasma, so you can probably only get it once you have a Plasma-related boon. I'm gonna reroll, though.
Infinite possibility.
Okay, so if nothing else, we got some higher rarity stuff. This is what I was most interested in seeing, and now it's also at least not common rarity. So we'll go this, and then probably if we get Echo, we'll go for that. And we do. Okay, so I'm gonna take... No, wait!
Very well.
Does she pick for you? It seems like she does. Because that's not the one I wanted. Darn it. Okay, I thought that you could get to choose. I was mousing over the one that I preferred. But alright, now... We did still get 2 Earth Boons, which means that's 10% more damage from that, just that alone, indirectly, from... And now everything's shuffling around again. Can it even fit all of our boons on one page now? It actually might not be able to. Because I no longer see where the Hephaestus infusion is. Just actually insane. So I think we have to go here. Yes, if we were to triple palm... Well, that's just cooldown, so it'd probably be this that would benefit the most. I think we're doing this and looking for Earth Boon. In and of itself is useful. And then any other... The one that gives us life based on our magic. That could be useful too. Let's see who we get here. It's these guys. Normally, I would say probably be one we would not want to see. But maybe with our current build... We still feel okay about it. Better than we usually would. Oh no, not the little guys. Shoot at the big guys. I vaguely remember that being an issue in the past. with some of our hexes or other skills that we cannot use to target enemies directly. Excuse me. Yeah, I see that. It's a little hard to stand still in this encounter, so getting the magic restoration is a little tricky. There we go. Okay, as soon as you pop up, I will blast you. We have... Oh, we don't have any charge up for the aspect. If you could just chill for a second, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, hold on. Okay, technically counted as a block, so that's alright, and that probably, well, hopefully, will too. Okay, and that was one of them down. Now let's deal with you. Alright, not so bad. Not so bad at all. Alright. Oh! And that's a delayed life. Already at over 400, and now we can no longer re-roll here. So we are just crossing our fingers that this is going to give us something good. Rarity-wise, these certainly look good. Oh, yes. Wait. Glow, giving us even more damage. For sure. For sure. And again, I think that was an Earth Boon. So it's giving us extra damage for that reason as well. And yes, we legitimately have a second page for our boons. It has to give us a second page. That is insane. We have so many boons, the game can't even handle it.
Closer to the top.
Okay. Bunch of traps here as well. Oh, and that's Typhon's tail. One moment. What? Oh, yeah, there are still dudes here. I was like, I'm pretty sure I got rid of all of them, right? We do not have enough fear to do that, even if we wanted to. Okay. Oh! Not sure what this forget-me-not is for. To be honest with you. One moment. Charging myself up. Okay, well, we blocked and then didn't really stand to benefit at all from what I was trying to do. We got rid of you that way. Oh, that was a horrible way to take damage.
Go, Rocky.
I assume this must have been the forget-me-not resource. And then this, more gold, which, the thing is, at this point, this is about to be the last mini-boss, which means the last encounter before the super shop. And we have spent very aggressively, which means, although we have a decent amount of gold, I don't know how much that's going to go up in the next mini-boss fight. And we don't have a ton by super shop standards. So, we are going to do this. Did take some damage in the process, yes. However, should have expedited the process considerably before killing this guy. Who's left? You are. Okay. Turn into just spamming the attack button. It says 67.
That's everything.
It's actually 174. So that's why I wanted to make sure that we did that. Yes, we took a bit more damage in the process, but okay, now the question becomes, if Hephaestus... I think we're getting close to reaching all the Hephaestus boons. So, we might see a lot of sacrifice options, which I think we already started to see a bit of. There is still the one that I think gives us life based on our magic, which would be cool. And, in general, should give us a high chance of getting an Earth boon, which, if nothing else, gives us 5% extra damage on both attack and special. Whereas this, the infusion, gives us a minimum of 50 damage on every hit, which is not a problem for our big hits, but for some of our lightning effects would be helpful. I think we're still going for this.
Almost to the top.
Okay, and it is the tail, which is probably what I would prefer to see. And if you don't spawn in immediately, then we might as well do this. To fully power up. It doesn't count this as us standing still and restoring our magic yet? Darn it. I was gonna say, it's just free. But it is kind of still free. What are you doing? Doing the charge attack? I think you are. You are. What are you doing now? And run. Getting a little greedy there, but I think it's worth it. This could also be an opportunity to do this. Yeah, our damage is pretty good when we get the chance to do that, is why I wanted to give it a shot. He's doing, oh no, he's not doing the charge attack. Okay, he's doing more of this. Oh no, it's that. Okay, that probably could have been, oh, hold on. Magic back. Not a problem. Doing the charge blast. Dodge one, quickly do this. Dodge two, do that, and then do that. I didn't even see what number popped up, but he's definitely dead.
Until we meet again.
And then we got something rarefied from that as well. It was this. Oh my goodness, the magic restoration. So I heard you like magic restoration. Okay, so here,
In the name of Hades.
let's see, armor per location, armor at the start, or attacks and special deal extra damage to armor. Not loving these, to be honest with you, and I think that actually although this would, well, yeah, against the adds that Typhon summons, this might be the best, but it's fire, and these are earth. So I think for that reason, we will go with this guy. And get our 43rd boon, or at least it says 43. I think that's not strictly accurate. I think that counts some other things that are not technically boons as well. Okay, so we're over 1,000 gold, which is good, but not unbelievable for a super shop.
Nearly there now.
Might be a little more gold earning potential from golden urns, but let's see. This gets delivered, gets us up to 450 life. One moment. Don't mind me. 1,099.
You should have everything you ordered from my special shrine with faster shipping free of charge. Now comes the hard part. Think you're ready for it, Em?
And that's basically Hermes confirming that, yes, if you purchase something from a mini shop and you didn't expedite the delivery and it wasn't going to get delivered in time to reach you before the final Typhon fight, then you are guaranteed to see it show up here, as just happened with one of those upgrades.
I'd be less ready were it not for you. Thank you for meeting with me here. Does Olympus know you're doing this?
They know I'm out delivering supplies. We're all on the same side anyway, right? No need to bore them with the details when they've got their hands completely full. I'm off.
Farewell.
Alright. So, the first thing that we buy is free, which means we'd like for that to be the most expensive thing. We do this, this will no longer be discounted, so it's pretty much just going to be Hermes plus Zeus in that case. I don't think we're quite going to have enough for you. Oh, but bear in mind, once we buy something, we're going to get an extra copy of something as well. So that may be reason to not do this plus this, because then we'll probably price ourselves out. Let's do this, and then we'll adapt accordingly. So this is the most helpful. However, these two are most helpful in the Typhon fight directly. You would look at this and you would say, surely, at the very end, this is not meaningful. However, getting 100 gold means we can buy extra stuff with an extra 40% bonus gold on top of the bonus we already have from Chaos. Yeah, we're doing it. It's 300 extra gold, so that alone financed 50 extra life, which gets us up to 500, so it was totally worth it. So then, I think... let's prioritize this. I think we can make this work, right? This is 700, 850, yeah. Okay, let's see. Chain Lightning deals more damage and bounces up to 3 additional times. That works especially well with you, doesn't it? Oh, but this for the special is incredible. This is where we would have loved to have seen the Echo Stone activate. I think I will still go with this, though. Okay, so we do that. And here...
accept this message.
No, not looking for the sacrifice. When we take damage or a foe is slain, they spill plasma, which gives us... in this case, it doesn't give us the magic restoration. I know we're used to that being the case, but that's only if you also take the Ares magic restoration boon. So in this case, it's only giving the move and strike speed. But I think that's still reason enough. Yeah, we can make our charge cast even stronger, but that's still kind of secondary to the attack and the special, and in general, I just like this. So we'll go for it, and then we can still afford you.
Life.
And I was going to say, we were definitely going to get some Charon cards in this area. And, oh, I guess we could have taken this earlier on if we really wanted to, but we can heal, which is actually a little bit meaningful. So we're on 500 life going into this encounter. And then you can upgrade what we just picked up. Or make the chain lightning damage a little bit bigger. This is just the chance of the bonus plasma dropping. There's still a 100% chance to drop one after we slay an enemy. So I don't know if that makes a huge difference. Let's go, I think, here.
That was good.
Alright, so we have 9 gold going in. And that is why getting the extra gold from that Hermes boon was meaningful after all. And this could be crazy powerful, this run here, going into Typhon. As it does feel like, as long as we have enough time to charge up our skills, which is not a given against Typhon, but he has a huge hitbox, so that does make it easier to land some of these things, like the charge special in particular. And the Hex shotgunning as well. So this might be our best run setup for Typhon that we've had thus far, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Knock on wood, don't jinx it. This is normal Typhon this time, not rival, although it does feel like maybe this would have been the right time to have tried rival Typhon. There's the wind. Okay, can we just drop this real quick? Wind! Which makes it especially hard to dodge that. Oh, and he immediately starts going to the next phase. That's insane. Oh, hold on. Yep. Yeah, you're doing that. I see you. Yeah, it would have been nice to save that for Typhon, but I think it'll be okay. Hold on. That. And again. Oh, I mistimed that. Hold on. I need my magic back. Don't worry. It's gonna happen quickly enough. Zeus phase already.
of monstrosity, I see you there.
Can I start charging this up proactively?
Take that monster down.
Now he's immune while he's doing this. Ah, that did have to be a resistance, darn it. I didn't get you in time. Just a shame. It's okay, we'll do some of this to help clear these guys out. He's still alive. Let's change that. Ideally, I'd put that a little closer to the actual stage where we can move so that I can actually be in the area myself. Charge up our charge attack. Oop, hold on. Yeah, that's a bad place to stand. So was that, but that's okay. We resisted it.
He's losing control.
Is he now? It's probably gonna be double. Yep. Oh, hold on. Gotta go. One, two. I don't care. Go! I didn't see how much damage it was. That we dealt, or that we... I think we actually might have avoided taking damage. That's gotta be it.
This is for you.
Hiya! Yeah, I think that was the run where it would have been great to have seen Rival Typhon. We might have stood a chance.
Suffer in darkness.
Dynamic duos this time round, you say, as we got 3 of them. And we just got so many boons overall. Oh, man. I was gonna say, I did notice before we went into this encounter that we were gonna get the Icarus effect proccing after defeating Typhon, so hold on! We can get a little bit stronger still. Static Shock and Visceral Impact leveled up once more. Which ones were those? They might be on the second page. Visceral Impact, yeah, that was the Plasma. And Static Shock was the Chain Lightning. Now this before we go. So yeah, I think you could make a very strong argument that that was our strongest run ever.
A figment of the monstrous Typhon is destroyed, yet none perhaps shall know of it, save for the Princess of the Dead and her grandfather Time, and you, and I, and whosoever else shall hear my tale, I suppose.
How does Homer know about this stuff?
Return to Shadow now.
Time flows freely forth, and we head straight back.
Wake up.
Still wondering if we're ever going to find ourselves back in the Palace of Olympus, or if we are truly going to get teleported back here immediately every time.
A satisfactory result that time, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. Fun playstyle as well with that. It's a little hard to tell how much of that was because of the weapon aspect and how much of that was just because we happened to get amazing boons that synergized really well with each other. And also happened to work really well with the aspect. So I suppose one way or another, you have to give the weapon aspect some credit there.
Brother, he's so different, yet it's like part of you was missing till you met.
We did just fight him in that run. Oh, what's this about?
I know what you're up to with all this decoration stuff you've got me doing, Mel. What, you think I'm about to find my true calling in death just by updating some old light fixtures?
Yeah, totally.
You already found your calling, as the best haunter in all the Crossroads, if not the entire world. The Renewal Project is simply a way to give something back to this place.
Maybe. But I'd make a lousy haunter if my existence wasn't utterly devoid of meaning. So don't let me catch you trying to help me find some purpose. Because I don't want any.
Alright, Dora.
Perish the thought.
I was so ready for her to do something to try to scare us after that. There we go. Okay.
Let's have a look around.
No
The
updates
fates would have me do
here,
their bidding.
including nothing toward progressing the Fate plotline. Okay. Interesting.
Another victory for all of us.
We really like what you've done with the place, Your Grace. Dying wish, peace. Oh. Well, there's the trash can. There's no heiress. Trash can is still full, though. Unsurprisingly, I guess. Yeah, lots of... Oh, lots of decorations we've done, especially around here, and... I think he always has the... Yeah, exclamation point above his head as long as there are... Oh, no, we probably have now gained the ability to unlock a new song because of that new encounter with Zagreus that we just had. The Unseen Ones, which is from Hades 1, the song is. So, especially fitting, given how it's basically as close as you can get to a Hades 1 encounter in Hades 2. I did really like that encounter, that was fun. I mean, again, it was definitely helpful that our run was so busted that we could just absolutely demolish Zagreus and not really worry about him ever killing us. He might have hit us once. Just the overall, the way in which it came about, and the fight itself seemed like a lot of fun as well. It might be a different story on a later run when we have a much weaker build, but that remains to be seen. Okay, then over here, still waiting on this, still has a ways to go. And then we did not find any fish on that run, nor did we take the bonus bones weapon, so we don't have much to work with here. So, can't afford the Nightmare. Could potentially get Moon Dust and Fate Fabric, which are some of the things we need for other recipes, but maybe we just save up. Don't spend anything on this run because we didn't earn much on this run.
Transmutation succeeded.
That's more beast-loved morsels. And this is Moros talking with Hecate. Now, this is interesting because Moros is usually in a totally different place in the Crossroads, and I suspect that one or both of them are people that we need to talk to progress the Fate-related prophecy. So might this have anything to do with that, or is this just a coincidence?
As long as it is not an imposition, Lady Hecate. I know you have far greater responsibilities than looking after yet another child of Nyx, especially when Nyx herself is back.
When Melinoe first summoned you, I said that you could stay for now, and it continues to be now, does it not? You seem the sort to make yourself useful without getting underfoot. It is all that I require.
Then I shall do so to the best of my ability. Please notify me if you deem my performance unsatisfactory in any way.
Sounds vaguely familiar. Like we might have heard this conversation before?
Oh gods, you're just like her.
Like who?
Like Nyx or like us? I'm actually not sure.
The fated list.
No updates there, okay. Yeah, that didn't really seem like the kind of way that we would interact with Hecate. Not exactly. I don't know. Okay, so we got more of these. It does cost nectar. It does also cost the, what is it, Shadow Dust, which we are starting to run a little bit low on, because that comes from the Chaos Trials, and we haven't done those for a little while. Similar there. So, this gives 5. That is nice. We might be getting... How many morsels do we have? We might be getting close to having all the ones we need. Or, where is it? Maxing out... No, it's not here. Here? Where are you? Oh, here. 12. I think I did the math a little while ago and we needed something like 20-ish. But I don't remember if I've gifted more since then or not. So, I mean, I guess it's not a rush. Either way.
Scoured the surface. I take it you're the reason Icarus is back. Always seemed like a good lad. I kept my mouth shut at the time, but I was disappointed when he left.
Oh.
It was his choice to make. I think he always valued your experience as well. He didn't get to have adventures like you back when he was alive.
Well, he had at least one.
Who does, goddess? Though clearly he picked up some know-how whilst away. Even got wings to show for it. Think he might have an extra set?
Oh, I don't know.
Ah, well.
Oh, Odysseus. I wasn't sure if Odysseus was asking for us or for himself. At first, I thought he was asking for us. I think he was actually asking for himself.
You did it.
Oh!
You're here,
Speaking of the devil,
all grown up.
he shall appear. Sorry, Icarus, you're not the devil. It's just a phrase.
Grow and flourish.
I don't think we're gifting here. We could potentially stand to benefit from purchasing a nectar. I might do that just because we are so low on that. And it is relatively inexpensive.
This one.
So sure. I'm sure we probably got at least some bones on that run at some point.
The war with Kronos, it's really over, eh? The energy about this place is different. Tension's gone. The other shades practically bouncing up and down. You did it.
Perhaps, but there's still more to be done. Preventative measures to ensure what happened never can occur again.
Nelly, can't you give yourself a break? Your task is finally complete. What are you going to do now with the whole rest of your existence ahead of you?
I said there's still more to be done.
Oh.
I didn't mean... Sorry.
That was pretty harsh from Malinois. Alright. I don't think there's any secret incantations or hidden aspects to learn about, except we should now have the least efficient way to path over to this. No, we have all the resources to get this. We'd finally have enough iron of all things. You would think it would have been the scales that would take the longest, but no, it was the iron. So that may be what we go for on the next run, even if it is the skull that is the bonus bones weapon. And I think we have an exclamation point above this because it's probably a new trial that just became available because we got the hidden aspect for the black coat unlocked so recently. Skelly, have anything to say?
That Typhon, huh?
He does. Let's gift one to Skelly.
I must not partake in such extravagances, for my disciples are counting on my clear-eyed counsel and undivided attention. But tell you what, I'm gonna save this one for later when I'm off, okay?
Does Skelly get any time off?
What you call an extravagance, it must be nothing compared to the luxuries of my father's house. Yet you never want for anything, besides the occasional hit or two.
Alright, as for the usual conversation.
My disciples here claim that you clashed with none other than the Prince of the Underworld himself. And you fought with the fury of a demon, to which I said, come on.
What? What do you mean?
It's true, sir. I found myself in some competition chamber in what looked to be Elysium. There, Zagreus and I engaged in a full contact battle for the hearts of our spectators.
Well, that seems pretty pointless to me, kiddo, seeing as I trained you both. You were equally matched. I don't see what comparisons are even to be drawn.
Commander, we're nothing alike.
That's exactly what he'd say.
Also, for what it's worth, the same person voices both Skelly and Zagreus. It's Darren Korb, who also does the all the music stuff. So, even more, even funnier for that reason.
Moonlight, guide us.
Seriously.
Oh, that was supposed to be this guy.
Greetings, and
sorry,
here's
Skelly.
Commander.
All right. So.
Show the commander.
Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I swear. I'm sorry, Skelly. I guess we could quickly double check. You need one more level. You don't need any levels. You need 7. So that's 8 total. That's 8. That's 16.
Move swiftly as the raven
Okay.
flies.
Yeah. 19 and 24. Okay, so we still need a fair number of the beast morsels if my quick math there was correct. So yeah, we could go get more, but
Spread fear.
it'll be a while before we're likely to want to spend all of those anyway. We can only use one of the familiars at a time, and yes, I'm just instinctively going over here to see where we might want to go next, but as I said, I think it's probably going to be a hidden axe aspect run, because we've yet to use that, and I'm intrigued to see what it's all about. But as for this run, as I said, it may very well be the strongest one we've ever gotten, potentially by a significant margin. Crazy damage, crazy life, bunch of blocks / damage immunity abilities as well, so we were able to absolutely annihilate Zagreus with that, and if we had seen Rival Typhon, I don't know, I feel like we might have stood a decent chance there as well, but that will have to be a future occasion. description when we next try that out. So do need to wrap things up here. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.